Okay, so this is recording 4 actually of this channel. I recorded a 3rd video, but I didn't love the end result, so I gave up on it. This time I'm basically re-recording the same topic, but hopefully a little more refined and at a different location. This location would be my future room that I'm supposed to move into. This behind me is soundproofing. The walls are like a lilac purple. I think it looks really nice. Should be great when it's all said and done. Last video that got uploaded, that is currently private on my channel, it might be unprivated at some point, was a lot about the bullshit in the fitness industry. And I came a little hard at fat people, saying they don't deserve any respect, which there's some truth to that. But at the same time, I don't think tough love works on everyone. So this video, coming with a slightly different approach, and also not regurgitating the same topic that I talked about before. This video, I want to talk about the dangers of social media, which I think is a topic that maybe has been beaten to death, because I don't think everyone agrees that social media is just absolutely perfect. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But I do think that there's underlying issues that don't really get talked about too much. And my main issue with it is kind of the same issue I had with David Dobrik that I talked about in the last video, where it's the idea of the perfect life. I think if you watch social media and you kind of doom scroll for a couple hours, you kind of get your algorithm to give you a whole lot of like people that are shredded, people that don't really look like they have a job. They just kind of live life and just get money from outside sources and can do whatever they want. I think if you get that in your algorithm and you only watch that, it makes whatever situation you're in, even if you're content with it at the time, after watching that, I feel like it can make your situation feel like you are a piece of shit, you have the worst life, and that your life sucks, which usually is not the case. The case is usually you're not seeing the other shit that goes on with that person's life. I think if you watch David Dobrik's channel, I don't want to just beat I've already talked about David Dobrik, but I'm using him as an example because I've actually basically suffered from his channel, because I actually watched him a lot. I watched probably all of his vlogs, honestly, because they're very short. They're like 4 minutes long. You can just bang them out, watch like 18 in a row and not even realize. After watching it for so long, I kind of hated myself, because I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, he's literally like not that much older than me and is doing all this crazy shit. He's jumping Teslas. He's like with all these smoking hot babes. He's got money. He's in a mansion. What am I doing wrong? I think social media is really bad for me, because I could actually be having a good day and I can ruin it by watching shit like that. A big thing I suffer from is a lot of gym videos. I can go right now, look up like natural 18-year-old, 3 years of lifting physique, and find literally the perfect specimen of human. Like someone that is built perfectly. And as someone who's not super content with themselves, I may have pride about myself, but there is still that part of me that is never satisfied. as someone who's like that and watches that, it literally makes me actually hate myself. Because I'm like, how? What am I doing wrong? But then, at the same time, I am still very proud of myself. You know, once I take a step back and I actually take in the whole picture, I've done something that not a lot of people have done. Even if I'm not super content with how I look, I can still be proud of the fact that I'm at least better than the past self who just did nothing. You know what I mean? I can at least say that I tried. I think social media pushes this idea of a perfect life, which in most cases is money, cars, women, money, bitches. It's literally the same. It's just greed. Women, money, cars. And like presence. You want to be the sigma. You want to be the alpha. They make it look so cool on social media. But there's no way that that life is actually super fulfilling. They're like, people bragging like, I cut every single person out of my life and focused on money and I'm the happiest I've ever been. There's no way. There's no way. I think for most people that are young, they don't really know what they want. Myself included. But I think I have a vision of what my perfect life looks like. And it's nothing of those categories amplified. You know what I mean? I want a nice car, which I actually have right now, but there's no way I can keep it forever. I want a nice woman in my life, which I have, and I want enough money to be content. I want to be content with all of those things. I don't want 14 baby mamas. I don't want like a mansion. I actually just want 70 grand a year. Which sounds, I don't know. I don't think that's that much. That's enough to like get you what you want. Especially if you have a partner with you that is also similar to that, or it just can make up, even if they're 50 grand a year. But if you have a partner and say you're both making 60 grand a year, dude, you're gonna be pretty like well off. You could definitely save money at that point. And to touch on the other topics, like money, cars, women, if you have one person in your life that is like your partner, like not a sex partner, not a fling, an actual partner who sees all sides of your life, it makes life a lot easier. Not saying you absolutely need it, but life is way easier with a partner. I think depression is a super common thing because of social media, which I don't think I'm making a groundbreaking discovery by saying that. I think that's actually kind of obvious. But it hasn't really... Social media really hasn't changed. It's actually just gotten worse. Which sucks, because a lot of the people who preach the perfect life are given a platform. So it's actually kind of hard to escape them. You always are getting force-fed. You're getting force-fed a giant foam finger in your face going, I'm better than you. And then it's like, well, what the fuck? How am I not supposed to feel like shit when someone's like, you suck compared to this? Come on, I'm fucking great. Which I actually don't think is the goal, but I can't help feel some type of way when it comes across as someone literally flexing on you. It comes across as braggadocious. I don't feel proud of someone when they post like a physique, or they post like a bank account number, or they post a car. I should say, I don't feel proud of someone that I don't know personally when they show like how cool they are. I get a sense of envy, and I'm like, you motherfucker. I'm like, I don't like you already. I don't care if you put in work for it. I don't care if you worked hard. I genuinely don't care if you worked hard for it. I don't like you already. I can't help but feel that way. My immediate reaction is, like, I need to be better than you. And at some point, I need to realize to myself that I am not like the outlier in the world. I am not a main character. I'm very much a comic relief character. But I feel like I put this pressure on myself to be like the Goku of the story. Like, I want to be that guy. I try so hard with everything. That's why I get so mad at video games. It's like this competitive part of me of when someone is like, that competitive part of me that when someone is looking at me in the face and they go, I beat you. I'm better than you. I have such a hard time swallowing that pill. Maybe that means I'm a poor sportsman. Maybe that means I have no sportsmanlike conduct is the term. Yeah, I'm a little toxic. I know that. I can get mad. But I see it as a good and a bad thing. Because I think I take it too far, but I think if you have that voice in you of like, you better show this motherfucker up. Like, it pushes you. There's that inner fight that's in me of like, don't let that person belittle you. You're the fucking man. Which may be toxic masculinity, but I think having a little bit of toxic masculinity in your life is a good thing. In certain aspect. I was going to say in every aspect, but I meant for every person. In a way, I think if you're a woman and you're with a man, and your man has a hint of toxic masculinity, I don't think that's terribly a bad thing. Now, if your boyfriend gets upset about gay jokes, that means he's not very content with himself, in my opinion. That means that's like the gauge. Is like, if your boyfriend, fiance, husband, if his friends go up to him and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna suck your dick," and he's like, "Man, fuck you, stop with that shit," he's gay. He's hiding something. You gotta be content with yourself, because you gotta realize that this shit's not real. I don't think females want beta males. I think a coddling, nice, gentle man sounds nice, okay? And you can still kind of be that. Sounds nice to a female. But you do not want a pushover of a man. That's all I'm saying. I guess I would say, to someone who's struggling from, we'll say, mental problems, depression, anxiety, stuff like that, I'm gonna try to give you some advice as someone who has tested out certain shit, and I know what works for me. This does not work for everyone, but I can tell you what works for me is exercise. Sounds like something you've heard your whole life if you're struggling from depression. So do some push-ups. Go for a run. But there's genuine science behind exercise and your mental health. Is when you get those muscles moving, and you get that grinding part of your workout where you're pushing yourself as hard as possible, there is legit chemicals that get released into your brain make you feel good. Like, working out for me is because I'm greedy. And before I go to the gym, I'm not getting that dopamine rush. But I'm going to the gym to get it because I know it's gonna make me feel good. I'm literally chasing that greed of like, I'm gonna go get those chemicals because I want to feel good. But that's super important to remember. When you don't wanna do shit, is taking the step to do it is going to pay off tremendously. I promise you. Also, another word of advice is start small. A lot of people fail when it comes to working out, diet, exercise, anything like that because they overwhelm themselves too soon. They're like, I gotta change my diet. I gotta go down to 1,400 calories a day. I gotta do 400 push-ups. I gotta do my crunches. I gotta bike a mile every day until I lose this weight. Start small. Do not overwhelm yourself because then you're just gonna burn yourself out too early and then you're gonna have a negative thought process going into working out. Start small by, doing slight changes to your diet. Maybe have a structured lunch. Maybe breakfast and dinner is a gamble, but have a set lunch for every day. Maybe it's just chicken and rice. But you can make chicken and rice where it's actually tasty. Chicken and rice doesn't have to be like some dry cardboard you're eating. Start small. Advice number 3, clean your surroundings. If you are basically always in your room, you're always on your phone, you probably spend maybe 5 hours a day in your room, okay? Make sure your area of living is clean. It is literally a love letter to yourself every time you clean your room that you care for yourself. It's a sign of self-improvement of just cleaning your living space. Make your bed. Maybe you just clean up a plate, a cup. Get that shit off. Get that shit out of your room. Put it in the sink. Make your bed. Maybe vacuum the floor. Get some crumbs off the ground. Grab a t-shirt from your laundry and wipe down your counters and your nightstand and your desk. Just liven it up a little bit. Get the blinds open. Get some light in there. Hold on. Video's not over. Fourth piece of advice. Get a routine. A daily routine. And that doesn't mean again, this is not coming from someone who's like a Wall Street broker. Like, I have not made it in life. Start a routine that is doable. So maybe that's wake up. Don't sit in bed on your phone. You wake up, you go to the shower, you get yourself clean, you get yourself ready for the day, teeth brushed, dressed, fresh fit. Maybe you're going to work right after that. But you're starting your day off right. Every night, or some nights, start small. 3 nights a week. Here you go. 3 nights a week. Before 6, you're going to the gym. And then you're driving right past the fast food joints. You're not getting fast food. Get a routine going. Maybe the first step is when you get out of bed, you make the bed so you don't get back in it. You don't want to mess it up. You make the bed, get in the shower, get a routine set in place. I'm telling you, having a day marked out, put it in your notes app saying, this is the things that I'm going to accomplish on my day off or during the work week. Help me. That's all I'm saying, is it helped me. Do not compare yourself to others too much. That is advice that I could absolutely take for myself, that I need to listen to more often. It's way easier said than done, man. It feels like all social media just feels like one big competition, which sucks. Makes me hate social media. Don't get on it too much. Don't feel responsible to post your whole life on social media. Delete some apps. Thank God I never downloaded TikTok because, oh my God, because I know I would just doom scroll for hours. I like these. I was actually questioning myself today of why the fuck do I make these videos? It's literally me talking to 3 cameras. But I can't explain it. I like doing it. You know? It actually brings me joy. Hopefully, this one comes out a little sooner. Because I know the last one probably took like 10 days for it to come out. Which was just me procrastinating and getting lost in social media. You know? Hopefully, this reaches one person. You know, definitely not privating this video because I didn't say anything crazy. But yeah, hopefully one person heard this advice and they're like, I can deal with that, you know? Maybe I do need a routine. Assess your life. Don't let social media tell you what you need to get out of life. Actually realize your goals and what you would be content with at the end of the day. You're not living someone else's life. You're living your life. You're the main character of your life. Treat it like that. If you're chasing money for some reason and then when you get all that money, it doesn't bring you the joy that you're expecting, you weren't chasing what you actually want. Don't let greed overtake you in any aspect, whether it's financially or with relationships, stuff like that. It's usually better to do without. I think that's a good note to end on. Yeah. Thank you.